Oh, cool. I switched. I switched it correctly this time. All right. Day 1 of actually making Ocean Wars a real thing. Kind of exciting. I thought we should start with just transferring all of our notes. Oh my god, excuse me. I don't know why. I'm just right as I hit stream, like really burpy. Anyway, I figured a good place to start would be to transfer our notes from yesterday to a design document. Assuming I find the there we go. So let's start somewhere small. Let's title this document. Let's give it a... That's not what I wanted. We'll do that. Give it a subtitle and just call it Game Design Document. Project start. There we go. That's a good place to get started. So I still got our screenshots from yesterday. Real question is, did I take them in the right order? I don't know. Can I click on one and hope for the best? I don't remember this one. I can probably get rid of it. There we go. Let's transfer this scribble into actual readable text to start off with, right? Well, let's just do heading 3. Actually, before we transfer these notes, we should probably do, like, I don't know, sales pitch or something like that. Let's do project summary. That'd be fun. So players will select one of select a ship to sail before arming themselves the wide variety of weapons that can be placed anywhere on the ship's surface. Once armed, players will be tasked with eliminating all hostiles in a scripted mission in order to acquire better loot and upgrades to take on harder missions. Inspired by the 2003 PS2 game Naval Ops. We should Naval Ops Warship Gunner. Game will feature arcade-like naval combat controls, oops, there we go, that's more accurate. The game will feature arcade-like naval combat controls and a cartoony... Is cartoony not a word? I thought it was. How about a cartoon-esque? Really? Oh. There we go. In as art style. That's good enough. Oh man. Really got the burps going on here. Alright, let's summarize our tools that we'll be using for the project. You know what, just for my sanity. I don't know why, but it really feels like this document needs underlines. Okay. So 3D models will be done in Blender 3D. Our game engine will be Unreal Engine version 4.27. Audio effects will be done in Audacity. Music will be created using 1-bit Dragon. And 2D assets will be created using Krita. I think that's everything in the screenshot. Yeah, that's everything in the screenshot. So we can take this to the next screenshot here. We'll come back to this. Core gameplay. Translate that into something readable, right? Oh man. Maybe I should have had a cup of coffee instead of an energy drink. Well, it's too late for that now. Core gameplay. The core gameplay loop will consist... Is gameplay really not a word in this app's dictionary? Let's fix that. The core gameplay loop will consist of 3 pillars. Customize, loot, customize, shoot, and loot. We'll break it up like this, like we did with the stream. So customize. Select a ship. Unlocked via armor points. Select and equip weapons. Unlocked via weapon drops. Actually, we don't need to mention how they're unlocked because that's going to be part of the looting. So select a ship, select and equip weapons, placed manually on ship's surface. And then we need to buy ammunition. Shoot. Enter the mission and defeat first wave. Counter and defeat subsequent waves of enemies. We should specify that, huh? And then finally, encounter and defeat boss enemy. And then loot. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I guess I'm not sneezing. Oh. Oh, you know what? I don't have the ceiling fan on. Give me just a second. Let me turn that on. That also help. Okay, that should help. Get some air moving in this room. Okay, loot. Oh, that fan's getting... My microphone picking up that fan? It's moving really fast. Ooh, my settings are good. It's not picking up that fan at all. Okay. So looting. So Loot is sourced from enemies. I think we talked about this a little bit toward the middle of the stream, but I think the loot is just gonna have to be very simple. You got 3 types of loot. You got weapon crates, which drops new or additional weapons. You have armor points, which can be used to buy ammo, new ships, or upgrade max health. And then we also need repair crates, which heal, we should probably specify, immediately heals players when picked up. There we go. I think that's all on the screenshot. Yeah, that looks like everything. Apologies. Target features. Yes, that's going to be something important to talk about, huh? Core gameplay loop is that. We should probably specify core gameplay loop. Get a new header there. Target features. List of features that either must be implemented or must be slash one. How do I word this? I want to say that it either needs to be in the game or we should at least try to get them in the game. How about list of features that the project should strive to incorporate. Bam. So obviously we want weapon customization. We're gonna want this in the form of colors, weapon placement, well, custom weapon placement. If we come up with more ways that are realistic, realistic is a poor choice of words. If the feature is something we can achieve within the scope of the project, we can shoot for it. Color, yeah. Oops. Ship colors, or let's call it ship customization, and just say colors. We'll simplify that quite a bit. We would like to incorporate 2-player co-op. Don't need to expand on that. Let's call it realistic water. It doesn't need to be like real, but I'd like the water to look and behave a little more like water than what I ended up doing in the game jam. We want to set up loot tables per mission. We want to be able to toggle perspectives, first and third person. There we go. I think that's pretty much everything we need for this for now. Where to start? Well, I guess we should start by opening up the original project, huh? So if I do that, it should start loading. That energy drink is doing me no favors right now. Good thing I got some water next to me. Maybe we can wash it out of our system. I guess we can also just kind of think about what else we want to put on this document while Unreal loads. We should probably discuss more in the project summary about the original project. So maybe project source. Maybe a good way to start that. So when did we start working on this project? Like during the game jam? I totally don't remember. Open my YouTube channel, maybe I can find it again. I genuinely don't remember when we started working on this. I just know when the project ended. So I'm pretty sure if I go to here and go to lives. Oh, I forgot YouTube doesn't give you dates when you're like previewing it. It just kind of says like, oh yeah, you streamed this like weeks ago. And it's like, thanks, when was that? I'd like a date. February 20th, 2026. Dang, dude. Has it really been that long? I guess I could have also checked the VTuber Tiny Jam page, huh? So on 02, 20th, 2026. Ocean War began development as a project for the VTuber Tiny Game Jam 2026 event. Final product was a roguelite where players take the points acquired from losing or from previous runs to upgrade their ship, buy ammo, I guess that's pretty much it. Upgrade the ship and buy ammo. The game ultimately lacked... let's not say it that way. Let's just do this. We'll just make a short paragraph of what we need to make sure we watch out for. These are the pitfalls from the project. There we go. That's a decent one. Lack of tutorials for its core gameplay gimmick. Ship customization. Unchallenging AI. I don't know. I know I said a lot yesterday. I said so much about the project yesterday. I can't remember like 90% of it right this second. Maybe that's for the best. Shoot, I don't know. Unreal's open now though, so we can switch to that. Oh, what? Oh, I forgot. The loading banner, I thought it would only appear when you're booting the game. I forgot it actually boots it when you're in the editor too, which is hilarious. There we go. There's our project. So let's just do a short little playthrough just to kind of like understand what we want to work on first, and then we'll start documenting our progress through this little Word file here. So I don't know, let's progress reports. And then shoot. Here. Let's change this to something bigger, because it is a separate section of the document, essentially. We'll change this to heading 3, and we'll put today's date. March 12th, 2026. Boom. Now we have a way to document our progress on this game. So, like I said, let's start by just kind of playing the game as is, and then we'll start deciding how we want to work on it from there. I forgot that I put everything I actually worked on in Z assets, and everything here is just like Unreal Engine default stuff. Although I don't know what this splash folder is. Oh, it's the splash screen. Okay. Blueprints, map 1, and menu level. Okay, let's start with the menu level. What is going on here? I don't remember this being in the release version of the game. Yeah, that's in the world. Something's going on there. That's unfortunate. So, just for full, like, transparency here, my display is 1920 by 1080. Like, it's not 1440p as far as I'm aware. So, the fact that it's going this small is kind of odd. And 1440 doesn't do anything, so clearly that's not working as intended. Love that you can't really like see a difference in how things are going here. Okay, let's just play the game and then we'll figure out what we want to do from here. I do want to rework the menu so bad, but let's not get lost on small things. Why is the cruiser unlockable right away? Okay, you know what? Let me grab that Word document. Bugs/features identified. We're gonna self-report. So first off, options menu does not accurately apply resolution. Number 2, strange shadows over battleship in main menu. Very important we say what we see and where we see it. Very important. Cruiser immediately oh my god, immediately unlocked upon creation of new save file. Cool. Document all that. So the UI is something that I know needs to be reworked. But to kind of narrow down the scope of what we want to work on, one of the things that happened during the celebration stream for VTuber Tiny Jam 2026 is Mossflower, the host, he got to this screen, he saw these buttons saying buy ammo using points, and he's like, do I have points? And I don't blame him. It's a literal wall of white text. Nothing jumps out as this is what you should look at. So, clarity of resources available to player in ship customization screen. That's what we need to work on. Let's start just applying our guns here. I should probably pause my background music since this game has music. Okay, that's another unintended feature. The guns actually follow the mouse in the menu. Guns follow mouse cursor during ship customization screen. Also, the shadows are broken. I guess I should mention that too, huh? Shadows beneath guns broken during ship customization screen. Truth be told, that might have something to do with the models themselves, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's just deploy. Actually, I have a ton of stuff unlocked. Okay, we gotta... Triple barrel cannon and torpedoes unlocked upon creation of new save file. That's the next thing we're gonna have to work on. That was loud. I forgot, does the pause, what's the pause button? Well, it's probably escape, but I can't use escape here. Am I missing? Oh, I'm already out of ammo. Yeah, let's let ourselves get killed. Oh shoot, that's gonna be something. We just soft locked ourselves, huh? I bet you we did. Hit me. Oh, that doesn't do a lot of damage. Well, I guess we can just leave our ship hanging while I figure this out. So... all guns fire at once. Perhaps implement one gun firing at a time based on how long trigger is held. And then player can be soft locked due to no ammo or armor points after first game. This is a lot. Wave survive 1, personal best 1, items collected 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Main menu. Yep, now we have 0 ammo for everything. So even if I did like this. Also, our mouse cursor stopped being a thing. We should probably document that. Custom cursor disappears after alt tabbing the end of a session. Oh, no, we don't get soft lock because I gave the player 10 ammo at the start. I forgot. They get 10 plus whatever ammo they buy. I should probably indicate that's better somehow. Also missing all my shots here. The ships move backwards too. Well, I'm really bad. Or maybe the aiming is just that weird because the gun's in the front. What if I angle this? Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Okay, so let's adjust our notes here. Um, better communication about +10 ammo given to single barrel cannons at the start of every game. Boats move horizontally and backwards. I need to get some actual loot so I can understand if there are other issues further down the line. Oh my god. Need better projectile aiming too. I can't tell if I'm overshooting or undershooting. But I guess it doesn't really matter, huh? I'm just missing. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, bounced over my shot. Okay, there's a hit. There's some loot. Acquired torpedoes. That message disappeared really fast, too. Let's note that down. Unlock message disappears too fast. After picking up loot box. There we go. Oh, I didn't write about aiming. The aiming is weird. Aiming is weird. So we have 6 torpedoes and no ammo for it. Yeah, I should probably update the economy a bit. Armor points don't drop often. Stingy economy. We'll call it that. Honestly, that's actually enough to figure out what we need to work on for a little bit today. All of this is bad. Oops. Black. Yeah, all this, that's problem. So, what's going on? I don't know how to stop whatever this is. I just do this? Oh, there we go. Okay. Shit. Okay. Implementations. Okay. You know what? Here we go. Okay. Let's pick something to work on. Let's fix the save file stuff, because that's all pretty easy to do. Let's get our music back up too. Yeah. So we need to go to our boat save here and just tweak some values. So obviously triple barrel cannons count. We need to set that default back to 0. Torpedo counts, we need to set back to 0. Battleship unlocked, that's unchecked. That's our issue. Okay, so we can cross those out. Right here. Just Strike through. That's done. Can I bold that? Not really. Okay, well, we'll just unhighlight it. It's done. This is fixed. There's an ice cream truck driving by my house, apparently. Armor points don't drop often enough, stingy economy. That one I want to work on. Let's do that next. So I believe all the loot is being controlled by the enemy itself. Let's start with the PT boats. Move to player, shoot the player, run from player, take damage. Take damage. Here we go. Casted combat wave game mode. Random bully of 3% or 30%. There's a 30% chance for any kind of loot to drop. So if we go to the loot drop itself, it picks a random value between 0 and 3 to decide if it's going to drop any kind of loot. And that's, on paper, that's fine. If this was more like a looter shooter, in practice, this means that, you know, you get just as much of a chance to get armor points as you do weapons, and that's not the intention. So, let's do some small tweaks here. So let's do a branch. We'll do a weighted bool. And we'll say there is a 75% chance that it's true. 0.75. Yeah. Let's break this. Go here. And we'll just take armor points off of the select node here. So on true, we'll drop armor. Just that simple. And then I think the loot collection is handled by the player. So yeah, depending on what it is. What is it doing here? Oh, I see. Okay, it's just disorganized. But yeah. Maybe if I can just... There you go. That's a little more easy to understand. So the loot collected will go to here, and if it's integer 3, it'll go to armor points. And it'll just automatically increase the armor points for the player and save that information. And then put that information there. Cool. But that's not enough to fix the economy issue, because there's only a 30% chance for any kind of loot to spawn. We don't want that. We want to increase that. Let's just make it a 50-50. So we just need to do random bool. That's kind of 50-50. Yeah, we can guarantee the 50-50. Just do a random bool with weight 0.5. Now there's a 50% chance for loot to spawn. So to fix the aiming being weird, that's going to be the tricky part, isn't it? So on input shoot, we get all actors. And, you know, all of you that are single barrel cannons, you know, shoot. It's just that simple. And how they shoot is they check if they're reloading. And if they're not reloading, they say, hey, player. Well, actually, they say, I'm going to ask you a question. But first, do I have ammo? And if they do have ammo, they do a line trace. The line trace comes from the point light here at the barrel of the cannon. And it measures out a line trace 1,000 units in front of itself and says, am I hitting the player character? Excuse me. And if it's not hitting the player character, it'll make the light visible. And it'll fire a transform based on the location of the point light. It'll look for the projectile itself will look for any actors tagged as enemies and apply damage, playing a sound at a location, and after a brief delay, turn the light back off to simulate the muzzle flash, and then go into a reloading phase. And the reason that it doesn't call for, like, where are you aiming up here is because that's handled by... the parent has it. So the parent actor has... where is it? Am I blind? Or is it controlled by the player and I'm just forgetting? Damage, loot, save game. Load player arsenal. Here we go. So, spawn the turret. Tell it to declare owner. Attach actor to actor. This is literally not being used. What is making them aim? Set skeletal mesh. That's the boat. I don't remember what controls the gun's aiming. Oh my god. Is it here? No, this is the movement. Wow, am I? Surely I'm missing it. Like it's not in the construction script. Oh, here we go. Rotate turret to player mouse location. So, actor has tag, event check, player. If true, set world rotation. So we get the player controller, convert mouse location to world space. And then we set the lookout rotation based on the turret head. Because the turret head controls, you know, everything. It sets the new lookout location, yada 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 yada. So I think the first thing we're going to want to do to try and make the shooting feel a little bit better is get rid of the projectile spawning and replace it with a proper line trace, like here. So we can do that by just kind of breaking this up, storing this up here for later, and just copying this information here. Oops, plug that in there. And then we'll just kind of play test this a little bit. Oh. Oh shoot. Yeah, we don't need this. Just plug this straight here. Just for testing. Okay, so where is this aiming when I shoot? Whoa. I forgot how close that guy spawns. That is not a line trace. I gotta do it in here, huh? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. So just break this. Break this. Grab all this. We don't need it. We can also just replace this. And we don't need sound right now. We'll just grab all this and throw this up here. Then just copy all this, paste it over here, that we can properly test this stuff. And we want to make sure that we can see the line trace. Oh, that line trace is not very far. Here, let's go 500,000. Ah, okay. So that's our issue. The guns are aiming higher than where we're actually aiming. Well, also, that's not true, because the mouse cursor, the actual cursor for the mouse, is actually higher than that cursor, that reticle is showing. And that was a really, I know that sounds like a really weird decision. I think the reason I did that was because I was getting frustrated with the fact that when you spawn your boat, it's lower than where your mouse reticle actually is. So if I can remember where that was, I'm pretty sure it's in something like widgets or something. Texture import struct editor? No, it's not editor. It's probably like user interface. Ah, here we go. So if we do none, I think that'll change it back once we get into actual gameplay. Nope. Okay, let's try none here. There we go. So you can see, here's my mouse. I'm pointing like along the edge here. Spawns it right below it. Not a huge issue really, but it's gonna annoy me. No. Alright, so here's my cursor. We're pointing at the boat. That's exactly where we aimed. Yeah, so we may want to just make our projectiles aim like that, but also excuse me. We're gonna want them to kind of go along that same trail. Now, our current projectiles are affected by physics and have gravity to them. So I think for now, just to make our shooting feel a little bit better, we'll just turn that off. We'll need to do some better projectiles anyway in the future, because I'm not exactly satisfied with them, but let's do gravity scale 0. So now if we play it real quick, play like a wave or two, should be able to hit our targets. Yeah, see, that's much better. I'm gonna get shot. Ah. Ooh. Count for movement. I kind of forgot that. Projectiles are still kind of slow, too. They also aren't very big, so it's really easy to miss your target on these low-profile ships. Okay, so that one didn't drop any loot. Yeah, we're gonna need to come up with better movement controls for the boats. It kind of sucks when you're stuck going sideways because you hit a weird direction. Adding collisions would also be nice. Okay, I know I missed because I'm not Uh, what the hell? Oh my god. Please, let me just... Why? Oh my god. Why am I missing so much? I'm not getting any loot. Well, I'm not gonna win now. Yep. Okay. Definitely want to increase the hitboxes on these enemies then, just to make the shooting better. Or maybe just make the projectiles bigger. These are cannons. Is he coming back? I think he's coming back. Yeah, okay. So... let's start small. Let's just make this bigger. Let's go 100. Why not? Make it a big ol' thing. Big ol' thing. There we go. See what that looks like. Oh, that feels a lot better already. Can I hit this long shot? Oh my god. Shooting feels so much better already. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. I mean, it could also be that this camera position is too high and I just need to lower it. Because when you're holding the camera level, it is a little bit easier, but not by much. Oh. Okay, I don't know how that missed. Man, I'm just still not getting much loot. Where are you going? Nope, that was unfortunate. You better drop loot when I kill you, I swear to God. There we go. I think that's armor points. Yep, armor point. Yeah, but it's only one. Like, the game is really slow-paced, I will say. It is very slow-paced. Feels like I should be struggling a lot more. Yeah, like I'm struggling with controls. I'm not even struggling to fight the enemies. Bruh. I don't know, man. Let's try lowering the player camera. Like, maybe that is something we should try. So if I go over here... that's the hurt box array. Ah, relative location. Okay, so let's try lowering that to 500. That actually kind of looks right. I don't know. I kind of... I'm still missing a lot though. Yeah, you still kind of have to aim really weird to hit your target, huh? It's like you have to aim above, but also like ahead. What if I zoom in? Well, zooming in helps, but I still had to aim pretty high. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Just really strange. I think I'll keep that height though. What else do we need to work on? The aiming is weird. It is weird. Armor points don't drop often. Stingy economy. We'll consider this kind of fixed for now. We may need to do more though. What else can we do? Unlock message disappears too fast after picking up loot. That's true. Is that controlled by the loot item itself? Collect loot, destroy actor. No, it's not. There's loot. No, it's not. This looks like the loot, maybe. Yep, loot system. Let's make that bubble. Okay. Create widget. Lootable. Also close some of our windows. We're starting to get piled up. We can close these two. Event construct. Play sound. 0.5 seconds. Yeah, that's not really a lot of time to try and read what happened. Do 1.5 seconds. Excuse me. You know what might hit? You know what might be a helpful tool? Having a dev level to test fire these things. So what we'll do is go into here, go to world override, and we'll change the actor to be our player boat. Shoot, we're actually gonna need a customization screen still. Or take another player boat actor, call it test boat, and what we'll do is instead of, you know, loading a save, we'll just control this ourselves. This is controlled by just picking a boat and then going through that array, right? Screw that. No, we need that. Okay. Let's just tweak our save to be whatever we need it to be. Kind of, not really. I don't know. Let's just get a battleship enemy in there. Let's get a cruiser enemy in here. And let's get our PT boat enemy in here. See, that's the other issue actually too. Like, the scale of these boats is so vastly different. And so is the freaking speed of this camera. There we go. Like, your first unlock is this dinky tiny ship. Your next unlock is this massive ship, like 5 or 6 times the size. And your final unlock is just the same size boat, but slightly skinnier. Like, I need to tweak that. Yeah. So we need to go to our widgets here, go to boat customization. Deploy. Where's the deploy button? Probably down here somewhere. Reset loadout, torpedo button, triple ammo button, single barrel ammo, deploy. Here we go. Boat customization, actor, then open level by name. Okay, so let's drag this out. This is not going to be the best way to do things, but branch, level, name. One, two, three. Or not current level name. Yeah, no, current level name. Dev level. If false, we'll do all the stuff. But if it's true, we'll cast to test boat. Oh shoot. Oh no, here's what we do. We do all the same stuff, but we don't open the level. We just, maybe we can set player character. Player character. Oh, you know what? Cast to boat customization. What's the game mode for this? Menu mode. Cast to menu mode. Get game mode. Set player. Nope. Player character. Nope. Okay, so that's not how you do that either. What if we just duplicate the button and say test deploy? And just if we hit this button, it opens the test level. That's what we'll do. On clicked. That's all it does, right? It plays a sound too, I guess. Play sound, do that. Yeah, okay. Play sound, save the loadout, open level by name, dev level. And then for the dev level, we should probably look at the game modes just to make sure there's no fancy logic going on in there. Combat game mode. The combat game mode will automatically spawn waves, so we don't want that. Let's just make a new game mode from scratch. Take like 10 seconds. I'll say test mode. World override. Test mode. And the test mode will feature test boat. So if we do this, oh, that's not good. Has the wrong player controller as well. Boat controller. Nope, that's not working either. Okay, what did I do wrong? Boat controller. Player boat. Event begin play, load save state. Get all this cool information. I'm not sure why this isn't working. And at least the gun is working. Maybe if I just go from the menu level. Excuse you? Boat customization actor. There we go. Make sure it's working. I'll put the gun in the back. Just to play. Okay, I somehow still don't have control of my thing here. So we'll go to map 1. Combat game mode. Player boat. Boat controller. Okay. Dev level. Test mode. Test boat. Boat controller. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's because the HUD is actually like looking for our player character HUD. Event graph. Yep, cast a player boat. That's our issue. So we need to copy this HUD and replace the elements in it, essentially. Duplicate test HUD. We can close the original. This is not going to be that complicated. Literally just replace this with cast to test boat. And this should just work. Not really. Turn camera. .5. Was this negative 0.5? It was probably negative 0.5. So if we test this now, it won't work because we also need to update the HUD that spawns with us when we start. Test HUD. There we go. Compile and save. Aha! Okay. Let's finish this up really quickly here. Cast to test boat. Turn camera. 0.5. Cast to test boat. Look up. 0.25. Look up. Not looking up. Oh, right. Cast to test boat first. Now we can look up. Look up. Negative 0.25. And these ones, I think they just kind of combine the two events, so I think we're good there. That should be all we need to do. Yeah. Now, in theory, if we go to our boat customization screen, we should be able to customize our ship properly. We still don't have ammo though, so that has to do something with when begin play, load save, load the player arsenal, cast a boat save. There's the bonus health stuff, boat choice, single barrel cannons count, single barrel cannon, cast 2 single barrel cannon, declare owner, attach actor to actor. Single barrel cannon ammo pool is being pulled from the boat save. Where does plus 10 come from then? Is it coming from the level blueprint? Nope, that's a sound. Single barrel cannon ammo count. Ah, there's the plus 10 there. But it has it here too. Ah, that's why. Cast to test boat. Get single ammo pool. Look that up. There we go. This is also not the level I want to be in. So actually that's not a success. Well, at least the ammo's displaying properly. Too bad we're not shooting correctly. So if we go to our test boat, shoot all Odin turns. Okay, so get all actors of tag. Single barrel cannons, single shoot. Ah, that's why. I'm gonna have to do some work here. What is this connected to? Single barrel ammo pool. Okay. Cast to test boat. I'm gonna regret this really quickly if I'm not careful. So slide you down. Cast to test boat. Single ammo pool. Well, you know what? I don't need to worry about ammo actually, because I just want to make sure that this is working. Let's break these links. It hold up just fine. When it comes to shooting the big ships, that should not be an issue. Yeah. It's the little ships where the issues start coming up. They're way too low profile. That's our issue. So when we're looking down at the boats, we're shooting under them. I wonder. Single barrel cannon shoot is actually where we need to do this, so. Okay. So one of the things that we probably want to do is make the line trace based on... Well, it's gonna spawn there, whatever. I was trying to think of like, oh, shoot the ball where the mouse is literally pointing to, like where the mouse is raycasting to, but that's kind of where the turret's already kind of looking, isn't it? Let's go to the turret parent blueprint. Do we do anything on this list? We fixed this. Kinda. We need to test that, but it's kind of fixed. Okay. Turret parent, turret parent, turret parent. Oh, it's already doing that. Yeah, kinda. I remember we had to do this kind of janky find look at rotation because it wasn't actually like looking correctly. So if we were to like break this, right? And just be direct. Yeah, the turret is facing like 90 degrees the wrong way. So, yeah, and if we shoot, yeah, not even going the right way at all. That's why we had it all configured that way. This makes sense. Is there a reason we can't do this? That seems pretty accurate. Ah, there's the freak out. Yep, if you go down, it goes up, and if you go up, it goes down. That might actually be better, though. I don't know. I feel like that felt better. Well, that didn't feel better, but... Oh, you son of a gun. Gonna make me rotate all the way around again. Yeah, no, it's not better. Hmm. I don't know, maybe the projectile needs to be faster or something. My brain's also kind of fried, I'm not gonna lie. Drink some water. A part of me is tempted to just rebuild the game from scratch, just because, like, at least there'd be a sense of progress, but then, you know, we're losing out on all this work that we already did. Okay, let's save everything. Where's this error coming from? Oh. Shoot. Connect that. What's this? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in the combat game mode, right? I'm gonna say, don't worry about spawning waves. I'm just gonna put some enemies in the level and we're gonna fight them. That way we don't have to do a test mode, we don't need to do a test boat, and we don't need a test level. We can get rid of that test HUD. And in the boat customization screen, we can get rid of this whole thing. And get rid of this button. And just make sure nothing spawns. Cool. I'm going to throw some enemies in the level, and we're just going to see if they behave properly. Start with the battleship enemy. That's an enemy type I haven't really played around with. Oh shoot, did I put him in the menu level? I put him in the menu level. Whoops. We'll just put him over here. Is he even trying to shoot us? I don't think he's shooting us. That's not good at all. And he only took 2 shots to go down? Jeez. Okay, let's find out why he's not shooting. Okay, so let's go through the map here. Let's also document the fact that he's not shooting. Battleship enemy not shooting. So he talks to the combat game mode and asks, is the wave count greater than 8? What? Oh, for his health. Okay. Then he moves. AI move to player character. Fire cannons. So he's supposed to continuously fire cannons. Fire cannons. Cast a single barrel cannon. This one. AI shoot. AI shoot. AI shoot. AI shoot. AI shoot. Like, he's trying to shoot at all times. So, are you reloading? If not, get the world location of the point light. Are you aiming at the player? Did you hit the player character with that raycast? If yes, muzzle flash, spawn projectile. Do all this cool stuff. Okay, what if I just... What if we just bypass that? Just like... Shoot, man. That was loud. Are the turrets even facing the right way? They are facing the right way. Oh my god! God damn it. I need Twitch open. I need to clip that. That was incredible. Oh, please tell me I have a clip that button somewhere on here. That was amazing. Clip copied to clipboard. I hope that's copied to clipboard. I don't know what that clipboard looks like. Can I paste that somewhere? Oh shoot, it saves. Where is this taking me to? I didn't clip enough. Okay, I'm gonna have that open now. That's good to have. Man, that was hilarious. Okay. So he shoots now. We should make sure he's not firing every single gun, though. So maybe what we'll do is... Can we do a sequence node? And then what we'll do... Just kind of break these down, essentially. Let's note that as well. This is kind of fixed for now. Implementations. Well, we should talk about, you know, the things we fixed. Fixed new save stats. Cruiser locked. Only single barrel cannon unlocked. Yeah, I just remembered something about that actually. I think we have it set up to where we get 5 at the start. We don't want that. We want 1. Oh, hey, Awen. How's it going? Okay. What else did we fix? We fixed... Yeah, we fixed the, actually, just this statement addresses this, so we're good there. Increased unlock, or, yeah, unlock message to 1.5 second duration. Increased loot drop from 30% to 50%. Increased armor point drop rate from basically 30% divided by 4. I'm bad at math. I mean, 4 times 8 is 32, so... And it was really that bad, huh? About 7%. We'll just do a tilde. Tilde. 7% to... What did we change it to? We changed it to something. %75% chance to be armor points. So... I'm so bad at math. I have no idea. 7% to... What is... Hold on. I know how to do this, I think. Math. 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 Oh god. I don't know. Like, it's technically 40% or something like that? I don't know. We'll just say, from just 30%, or like 1 in 4 per loot drop to 75%. There we go. I don't know. I'm bad at math. It's not important. Battleship enemy now shoots player. Okay, anyway. What we were fixing was the fact that they fire all their cannons at once, and that is an instant kill for every player in the game. So let's just kind of fix that. Wonder, can we break a sequence? Unreal has to have a way to like kind of break out of a sequence, right? Maybe not. Maybe instead of a sequence, then we should do what did you change? Oh, if we're talking about the loot thing, essentially it used to be when you killed an enemy. I don't remember. Was it in here? Okay, I didn't change it in every enemy, so that's on me. But in the PT boats, the basic enemies that come in the game, it used to be, you know, when they died, they had a 30% chance to drop loot. And that was any kind of loot. If you look at the actual loot, it used to be, you know, it would pick a random number between 0 and 4. And that would decide if you got a single barrel cannon, a triple barrel cannon, or torpedo, or armor points. Issue being is that you need armor points for the majority of the old progression system. So what ended up happening was you had a 30% chance every time you killed an enemy to get anything, but then you had like a 1 in 4 chance of getting armor points. So if you were grinding to unlock the bigger ships or upgrade your ship's health, you were just out of luck because you would be grinding forever. So I increased the loot chances to 50% chance to be any kind of loot, and then I added a boolean with weight to say there's a 75% chance that you get armor points instead of any of these weapons. So hopefully that'll make things a little bit better. Need to fix the battleship loot drops. Let's do that. 50% chance. Okay, how do we make the battleship? Shoot one at a time. Up here. Maybe instead of a sequence node, I want to use here's what we'll do. No, that's not gonna work. I know I did this already once before, and we did it through the torpedoes. Oh, we did a for loop. That's what we did. Wow, I can't believe I forgot about for loops already. It hasn't been that long. It really hasn't. For loop with break. Flow control. Here we go. And then what we did in the player boat was single barrel cannon, single shoot. Get all actors with tag. Ooh, that's not gonna work. We can make it work, we can make it work. Because we know how many cannons they have, so we can just set the index. So index 0, there are 4 total cannons on this battleship. So just line these up. Oh, small update, I guess, for like Unreal projects and stuff. I kind of mentioned yesterday that I'm doing Unreal Engine projects at work now, which is pretty funny considering that when I'm streaming, it looks like I don't know what I'm doing, and when I'm at work, I feel like I know exactly what I'm doing. Man, I wish those skills translated. But my project got 100% approved and funded for work. So we'll be doing a small presentation with leadership to kind of demonstrate what the project is capable of in its current state, to show that their investment was well worth it, that I have the skills necessary to achieve the goals that we agreed on. And yeah, I'm gonna actually be paid to just almost exclusively do Unreal Engine work, and I think that's pretty neat. Let's make a small enumeration for this enemy. Should be under blueprints, enumeration, and we'll just call it Battleship Cannon Enum. Call it 1, 2. Actually, you know what? 0. 1, 2, 8, 2. 3. There we go. That way, we can do a switch on Battleship Cannon Enum. And we can say, based on the index, shoot certain guns. Cool. And then for the player boat, just to make sure we're doing this all correctly here. The torpedo one. Is your torpedo reloading? If not, or if yes, do nothing. If not, shoot. And if you do shoot, break the loop. I think that's how that works. So what we'll do is we'll just check get reloading, get a branch, plug this up. Are you reloading? If true, do nothing. If false, shoot and break the loop. And that should let me do that for all of these, but we're going to find out in just a moment here. Yep, it's going to accept all of it. Perfect. I say perfect. We'll find out if it's perfect in a moment. We just got to plug this up first. If I die instantly when we test this battleship again, I'll know that it didn't work. Get reloading. Get a branch going. Same thing. If false, shoot. Get reloading. Get a branch going. If false, you can shoot. And then one more time. Get reloading. Branch. Set it up. Cool. Let's test this out. I'm scared because I don't remember how frequently he shoots. I probably should have checked that before we did this test. Oh! Oh, man. Okay, we should probably increase the frequency at which he's shooting, if that's even being controlled. Next time he shoots, I'll start a countdown. Ow! Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's about 7 seconds. And he fires from the same gun each time, so we definitely want to, like, disable whatever's inhibiting him from shooting more frequently. So move, AI move, fire cannons. Fire cannons is up here. On success, fire torpedoes. There's fire torpedoes, flip-flop, AI shoot, scatter. Okay, so I think the issue is that this is not looping. So maybe what we need to do is maybe instead of like having fire cannons be something controlled by this, we could just set a timer. So just go to maybe here, and before they even think about moving, set timer by, we'll call it by event. It'll be looping. We'll make him shoot every second. And just to make sure that's feasible, how long does it take to reload a single barrel cannon? Reload time, 3 seconds. Okay, so we probably want to make that longer for him. Maybe. Maybe we'll just set it to like 0.75 seconds, so he's always got a chance to shoot his guns. Then just drag this out here and do a custom event. Fire cannons. Actually, you know what we can do? Maybe. Emphasis on maybe. Aha! Then just get rid of this. So now he should kind of be shooting semi-rapidly when we play. Except that's not the case. I think he's continuously waiting for his first cannon to finish reloading. Watch, that cannon will fire. Yep. Okay. So why only that cannon? Are you reloading? If not, shoot, and then break the loop. But then it tells itself to continue here. So this should just loop if he is reloading. What if I just add a delay of like 0.2 seconds? Will he fire twice? Nope, he's just really content with just firing one cannon at a time. Hmm. 0, 1, 2, 3. That's all correct. 0 goes to cannon 1. What if I just take this off? Break that. Will he fire 2 cannons? Okay. He's not really firing. Are you gonna shoot? He's still firing at the same time! What a jerk. Okay. So clearly these loops are not ideal somehow. Issue is when we hook this up though, like this might be a dumb idea, but what if I just you know what? Is that a print string? Is he actually firing frequently? This dude is not trying to shoot at all. He's actually just waiting to finish reloading. Okay. Okay. What if I break this? Okay, hold on. Let's take this print string and put it here. How often is this being called upon? There's one. What is your problem? Like, what is actually your problem? Let's get rid of this. Event begin play. Set your health. Set timer by event. Every 0.75 seconds. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Set this up. I don't think that's really needed, but you never know. Oh, hold on. I see another issue, actually. Oh, no. False just goes straight to... Oh, that's the issue. That's the actual issue. It was never working because, to walk you through it, right? Event begin play. Ask the game mode, are we at a wave count higher than 8? If yes, then we did our timer thing. But this was plugged... The false was plugged straight into move. So it was continuously doing this instead of what we set up here. So that's unfortunate. But if we test it now, he'll fire every 0.75 seconds. I got shot through the wall by multiple cannons, it looks like, too. Okay, well, let's make sure that break is back. Okay. Okay. Single barrel cannon. I need you to not shoot me through walls. So if we go back to the projectile here. Does actor have tag, hostile tag? Can I give the landscape a tag? I can. Oh my god. You... How could you? Battleship enemy. When you shoot... Player. The landscape probably just doesn't have a collision. No, it does, because the boats climb on it all the time. Other actor. Actor has tag, hostile tag. If true, apply damage. I guess the landscape's not an actor, huh? I don't know, man. You got deleted? Yeah, I did. The battleship is way too accurate. Oh, no. Okay, so hear me out. I was thinking about adding, what do they call it? Man, it's when the bullets spread, weapon spread. I was thinking about adding weapon spread, but I don't want to add that to the gun itself because then the player will have to deal with that, and that's not the intended the intended thing. So what if we just have the battleship enemy affect that somehow? Can we do like a plus? Here, let's split the struct. Let's do that for now. This can stay, but let's do vector plus vector maybe, and then can we randomize that? Random unit vector and cone. Ooh, I like the sound of that. In degrees? Get, whoops. Elf. Get forward vector. That's the direction. Let's add I don't know, 45 degrees. And then plug this up. Granted, this is in the single barrel cannon, so this will affect the player too for now. Actually, no, it won't, because we're using the AI shoot function. We don't have to worry about that. Why are you still so accurate? Oh my god. Okay, what if we just plug it in like this then? Oh my god, he fired all 4 shots. Oh, now it's all bugged out. Okay, I guess we're not doing that. 90 degrees? Oh my god. Okay, what if random unit vector, just in general, just a random, add a random amount. Oh, he's only missing because we're moving. That is the only reason he's missing right now. Oh my god, stop. I have a better solution, I think. I have a better solution than trying to randomize his aim. So let's delete that. We can delete this too, I guess. We're gonna need to grab all these, stretch it out, set projectile speed. Speed. Okay. Maybe it's get projectile movement. Set speed. Hold on. Cannon projectile. Projectile movement. Initial speed is currently at 1... I can't read. 10k? Yeah, 10k. And max speed is at 10k. So let's start with just limiting the initial speed and see if that helps us a little bit. Set initial speed. And let's set it to 5k. I don't think he's aiming the right way now. Definitely not aiming the right way. I broke something. Here. Oh, I see what I broke. I didn't plug this back in. Oh my god. Oh my god, you still gotta, like, get moving. Oh my god. Okay, let's try nerfing you. Initial speed, 2,500. I don't think the speed is slower. I think it's about the same. Yeah, it's about the same. What is actually controlling the speed? Maybe it's the max speed. Here, how about initial speed 0? What does that look like? Yeah, he's still shooting at me. Okay. So how about set max speed? What if we set that to 2,500? There we go. That's more manageable. And because the projectiles are slow, it doesn't matter that he's shooting so fast because we have time to react to it. Unless you suffer from the movement controls. But now the battleship serves its class role more effectively, you know. It shoots from a distance, but will occasionally turn to come at you. The real question is it going to use its torpedoes or not? It is not using its torpedoes, so that's the next thing we gotta fix. Now shoots player. Cannons fire 1 at a time. And repeat every 0.75 seconds. Cannon projectiles slowed to 2,500 units. Battleship enemy not shooting torpedoes. There we go. Now we got that noted. Okay. So, battleship enemy. Fire torpedoes. Flip-flop. AI shoot. Boat type. Tag player. Scatter. Oh, destroyer is not even an option on this. That might be why it's not working. Okay. Let's test it again. Dodge! Oh, he shot himself with the torpedo. So something's wrong with how the torpedoes are firing. We're in torpedo display. Oh, the tag is not being communicated. Here, custom event, torpedo, reloading. We need to go to the actual torpedo projectile here. Yep, it's looking for an actor with tag, and that's not being set. So drop this. Set tag. That. And that should fix it. And he still hit himself with a torpedo. So if we go to torpedo display, AI shoot. So battleship enemy. Player tag is player. Okay, take that tag and communicate it to the torpedo actor and say, hey, the tag is going to be what we said. Go to the torpedo. Tag is now set to player. Does the actor have tag player? If false, apply damage. Okay. Well, shoot. But if true. Let's make sure he launches the torpedo, and then we'll let ourselves get hit by it. Yep, there's the torpedo. Bam. Fixed. Easy. Oh, man. Some of the stuff I struggle on is ridiculous. Torpedo fires. On command. Hits player. Okay. So we're kind of reaching the end of my allotted time. So let's just recap what we got done today. So first off, we translated our notes from yesterday's chatting stream into this document. We put a project start date today, obviously. Did a little project summary, just talking about what the player is going to be doing and what motivates them to play more. We talked about the game's inspirations, Naval Ops Warship Gunner and Earth Defense Force. And we talked about, like, hey, it's going to have arcade-like naval combat controls with a cartoony art style. We talked about what initiated the project, which is the VTuber Tiny Jam. Some pitfalls of the project. Turns out this wasn't necessary because we talked about bugs down here. But it's good to have that up there. We put in our tools that we're going to use for the project for 3D modeling, game engine, audio effects, music, and 2D assets. We talked about the core gameplay loop from our yesterday's stream, you know, customization, shooting, and looting, with all the breakdowns there. Translated our target features, you know, weapon customization, ship customization, co-op, water, loot tables permission, and toggling perspectives. And then we, once Unreal Engine finished booting, we listed out, we did a little playthrough to identify bugs and features that were not optimized, and listed them out here in red. Every time we fixed something, we crossed it out, cleared it up. Probably didn't need to do that since we're documenting it down here, but whatever, it's done. Well, we can undo it. We can undo it. It's probably best to undo it, just so that way we have it documented. Anyway. So this is the stuff we got done. So let's do this. The next, I'm planning to do dev streams Wednesdays and Thursdays. Primarily Thursdays, in case I want to do something else on Wednesdays, but let's assume the next dev stream is going to be on the 19th. If we do it on the 18th, we can change this date. It's not a big deal. And let's translate what we need to do left here. So we'll just copy this. So this stuff I know is not fixed either, so we'll just copy all that and paste that down here. That's fixed. This needs to be fixed. This needs to be fixed. Yeah, options menu does not accurately apply resolution. Strange shadows over the battleship in the main menu. Well, truth be told, all of the shadows are not good, as we've probably seen, but you know, we'll just call it bad shadows on all levels. Triple barrel cannons and torpedoes unlocked upon creation of a new save file. That's fixed. All guns fire at once. So on the player, this is not fixed, so we can fix this, because the player may want to control that so that they're not burning through all their ammo. Better communication about the 10 plus ammo given to single barrel cannons at the start of every game. Yep, that is very important to do. There's probably a really easy fix for that, but we'll cover that next time. Custom cursor disappears after alt tabbing at the end of a session. That we need to fix. Boat moves horizontally and backwards. Yeah, the boat movement in general needs to be tweaked, if not overhauled, depending on what the engine allows us to do. Unlock message disappears too fast after picking up a loot box. I did fix that, so that should be fine. Aiming is weird. Yeah, it's still weird. We're gonna have to experiment with that. Maybe I should get some playtesters in to get that situated, but I want to make sure we got a good gameplay loop first and all the bugs fixed. Battleship enemy not shooting torpedoes, that's fixed. Battleship enemy not shooting, that's fixed. Armor points don't drop off in stingy economy, that's been tweaked. Time will tell if that's fixed. Yeah. This will be the next set of features that we need to work on and bugs. From there, we'll take a step back and look at what new features we can implement to improve and reach more towards the end goal that we set for ourselves. But yeah, that'll be the stream for today. Saturday and Sunday, I'll be playing Division 2 with Mini Wan, fellow VTuber. So if that sounds interesting, you can catch me there. Otherwise, I'll announce the next set of streams on Twitter. Probably Monday morning. Hopefully by Monday, all of the next week's streams will be scheduled. But until then,